Welcome to The Buzz. I'm Will Farnsworth.
I'm Stephanie Haney.
And I'm Sophie Flay. We've got another great show for you today. Let's get things started with this week's Hollywood news. Rob Kardashian and Blac Chyna are getting married. This is kind of weird though. Okay, so Blac Chyna and Tyga have a child together, but Tyga and Kylie are dating. So if Blac Chyna and Rob get married, then Tyga will be the uncle and father to his son. This is weird. I don't know. What do you guys think?
That's
really weird.
Crazy. And it's possible too
gross.
because he said on Cocktails with Chloe that he wanted to marry Kylie. Tyga did.
So then we'll have to see what happens. I mean, I don't know. The whole situation is just a little too weird for me.
Mm-hmm. It's super weird. I just think all the Kardashian Jenners need to like up their standards.
Yeah, a little bit. I agree.
Act their age.
Yeah.
Speaking of acting your age, if you're excited about the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, today is your day.
Mm-hmm.
Doors opened at 6:30 a.m. at Universal Studios Hollywood for people that bought tickets online.
Yes.
There's two main rides that are being featured, the roller coaster ride of the Hippogriff and a 3D motion ride called Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Mm-hmm. And of course there'll be shops from the movie and everyone will be able to get their butterbeer from 3 Broomsticks.
Mm-hmm.
So excited for this. Oh my goodness.
I wish there were a magic spell that could just erase all of the lines because I imagine you are going to be waiting 3 hours just to get in. People
You're
were
right.
outside at 2 a.m. this morning.
You're right. And the line for butterbeer at 7:30 this morning was 90 minutes long.
Jeez.
But is it even real beer?
It's not real beer, so anyone can drink it.
Okay, so that's good, I guess, but I don't really get the line, but okay.
Me neither. But more magic, Star Wars new movie trailer came out today for their anthology movie, Star Wars Rogue One. Now this is not a sequel to Force Awakens. This is part of the new Star Wars expanded universe by Disney. It's starring Felicity Jones and it looks really good. So let's take a look at the trailer.
Awesome.
What will you do when they catch you? What will you do if they break you?
Trailer looks incredible. I can't wait to see it.
Me too. Really good. It's about the creation of the Death Star, so a lot of mythos, more stuff for the Star Wars nerds like myself. It's a very good week to be a nerd, whether you like Harry Potter or Star Wars.
True. That is true.
And that's all for this week's Hollywood Hot Second. Here's Nick Alfano with This Week in Politics.
Welcome back to the Buzz Politics, everyone. My name is Nick Alfano, and yes, they did decide to keep me at the big boy desk this week. It's been a big couple days for the 2016 election so far, which should mean we have a lot more clarity about the nominees. The Wisconsin primary was this past Tuesday, and we're further away from finding the general election candidates. Bernie Sanders trounced Democratic frontrunner Hillary Clinton in Wisconsin as the majority of voters with some form of college education or higher support the Vermont senator. After the primary, both candidates went at each other's throats. Clinton said, "I think he hadn't done his homework or understood," while Sanders recently claimed Clinton was not qualified to be president. Let's see. So we have Bernie, who supposedly doesn't know his stuff, and Hillary is apparently unqualified. Is there any clarity on the Republican side?
I think our candidate is someone who's running, okay? That's pretty obvious.
That's a no from Republican National Convention Chair Rance Priebus. Ted Cruz beat out frontrunner Donald Trump for the Republicans in Wisconsin by a wide margin, trimming Trump's delegate lead. The kicker to this fight for the GOP is that nobody wants to nominate anybody. Ted Cruz has only been endorsed by 2 of his fellow senators. One of those is former Republican presidential candidate Lindsey Graham, who was quoted as saying, "If you killed Ted Cruz on the Senate floor and the trial was in the Senate, nobody would convict you." And to no surprise, the line only gets longer for the bashing of the one and only Donald Trump. Wisconsin conservative radio host Charlie Sykes started taking jabs at the real estate mogul for his inappropriate conduct throughout the campaign. Sound up!
So is this your standard, that if a supporter of another candidate, not the candidate himself, does something despicable, that it's okay for you, personally, a candidate for President of the United States, to behave in that same way? I mean, I expect that from a 12-year-old bully on the playground.
Oh my God, I almost can't deal with this anymore. Both Ted Cruz and Donald Trump are making no new friends along this campaign trail, and Bernie and Hillary have officially taken the gloves off. The fight for the White House is as disgusting as a Saturday night frat party. So don't miss any of the action by checking into the Buzz Facebook page every Thursday for what's hot in politics.
In celebration of the 15th and final season of one of America's most celebrated game shows, Dustin Sloan took his game to the streets and asked people, were they or weren't they judges on the hit show? Check it out.
After 15 seasons, American Idol is officially coming to an end. To celebrate the show's run, we're going to see how well our Trojans know Idol's past judges in this week's Trojan Trivia True or False. How about Steven Tyler of Aerosmith?
No. Wait, yeah, Steven Tyler was definitely a judge on American Idol. I know he was on The Voice, right? I'm gonna say he was on that too, American Idol. I vaguely remember him being there. I haven't really watched it since like season 4, and now it's on like season 25 or something.
You are correct.
Oh my gosh!
He actually was not on The Voice ever, but he was on
Never on The Voice.
How about Pitbull?
Probably. I don't even know who that is. I'm gonna say false because I don't know.
False. He would be great though. He's a great international star, so they probably should bring him on. But the show's ending.
Pitbull's everywhere. He does everything. He samples on every song, and nobody can understand what he says. So I'm sure he was on American Idol at some point.
Well, you are incorrect. He has not been an Idol judge.
Wow, that's surprising.
How about Nicki Minaj?
I'm gonna say true for Nicki Minaj. She makes some great sound clips, great sound bites. I remember her judging something, but I don't think it was Idol.
I think so. She's doing a lot.
She actually was on American Idol.
What?
I knew it. I saw it on the Wikipedia the other day, but I was thinking, I was like, did I see her name? And I was like, because my reasoning.
Good for Nicki. I like her. Don't you like her? I like her. How many seasons of Idol have there been?
This is the 15th and final season.
Oh my god. Yeah, they got this over.
Seacrest is out, but Trojan Trivia is not. I'll see you next week with another fun round of Trojan Trivia.
Get up to date with who said what, who wore what, and who supports who by checking out all of Dustin's games on Facebook by following The Buzz.
Hi, I'm Drew Schwendeman, and you're tuned into the US Scene, where we talk about the most exciting events happening around campus. Tonight, there's a new moon, which means it's the perfect time to rejuvenate at the New Moon Music Festival. There will be yoga, vegan food, crystal healers, and live music. If you can't make it to DTLA, stay on campus for the second annual Trojan Film Festival. The festival will feature a screening of short films and, most importantly, food trucks. Because we all want tacos, right? Saturday is the first day of the Los Angeles Times Festival of Books. All you literate people will enjoy the live bands, poetry readings, and discussion panels the festival has to offer. At noon is also the LA Beer Fest at LA Center Studios. I'm more of a vodka soda cranberry guy myself, but I wouldn't pass up one of the dozens of international and domestic beers at this year's event. Of course, since none of us are getting any sleep this weekend, we'll have to hear what Ariana Huffington has to say about the importance of sleep in our lives. Yep. Next Tuesday, the editor-in-chief of the Huffington Post Media Group is coming to campus, and guess what? Tickets are free to USC students. Well, that's it for this week. Will you be a part of the scene?
Curious about all the white tents that have taken over campus? The Festival of Books is this weekend, and the festival started solely for books, but has evolved to include live bands, chef demonstrations, and cultural entertainment. With all this going on, here are some acts you don't want to miss. On Saturday, Duff Goldman, pastry chef and Food Network television personality, is discussing his cookbook, but even more exciting, he's performing a cooking demonstration. And then on Sunday, Ariana Huffington, the president and editor-in-chief of the Huffington Post, is speaking at 3 p.m. about her long and successful career in the industry. Be sure to check out the Trojan Marching Band at USC Main Stage at 10 a.m. on both days to kick off the festival.
Last weekend, Hollywood gathered at the Beverly Hilton for the 27th annual GLAAD Awards. GLAAD honors media representation that fairly, accurately, and inclusively depicts the LGBT community. I caught up with some internet stars to discuss the changing media landscape.
I mean, we're seeing it already with somebody like Troye Sivan. We're seeing people being embraced for who they are, regardless of their sexual orientation. He got his start on YouTube, and I love that there's so many prominent YouTubers that are openly gay, because it shows that, you know, that audience, which is predominantly young, doesn't care about anything other than if they identify with you, if you're relatable, if you're somebody they want to follow.
I get so excited that we can even have events like this and you know, kind of further the fight that everyone's been fighting for so long, so that people like me can live open and free and happy lives.
Jane the Virgin star Jaime Camille attended the event as an ally of the LGBT community.
I only wish that the world would be more kindly and more kind and more accepting and more heart. I have the words in Spanish, but not in English. Pero con mucho corazón.
This event was all about support for the LGBT community, but as a Trojan, I had to ask the stars to show USC a little love.
And so you'll be.
Can we get a fight on for USC?
Fight on! Yeah, fight on! I'm sorry, I also went to Stanford. Fight on. Fight on. Fight on!
Now, the GLAAD Awards were a really cool event to be a part of. There were so many amazing people there. Demi Lovato was there. Michael Sam was there. Caitlyn Jenner did not show up on the carpet, but was in attendance.
Okay.
Polarized reception on the carpet, but really glad I got to go. Everyone was really proud of what the last year brought for their community, and it was just really cool to see that.
Speaking of people that are outspoken for their community, Amy Schumer was featured on this month's edition of Glamour magazine, but the weird thing about it is it's their plus size edition, and so it was implied that Amy Schumer is plus size, but she's not, and Amy Schumer was not happy about that.
I bet.
Yeah, I mean, I think makes sense. Amy Schumer is technically a size 6 to 8, which, like we said before, is not plus size. So, you know, it just sends the wrong message, especially for women who are 6 to 8. They're not plus sized at all. That gives them the wrong idea.
And it just feeds into this whole culture of insecurity that Hollywood and these fashion magazines are just projecting onto young women, women who want to work in the industry, and just everyday readers. Just what message does that send? And I think it's the wrong one.
Exactly. And, you know, Amy Schumer was also saying, you know, we're talking about fashion, we're not talking about sizes. That should have nothing to do with this. And I totally agree with that.
Absolutely. I saw a picture that she tweeted that said, maybe we can finally get rid of these labels. And I think that's the bottom line, and the takeaway here is, you know, we already have numbers, 6, 8, 12, 16, 2, 0, whatever. We don't really need anything else.
Exactly.
No. The labels are too much. Like, we're a culture that thrives off labels, and I think anyone, no matter what their size, can still be fashionable, can still look good, and I don't think Amy Schumer deserves to be portrayed as this.
I agree. And you know what? I'm such a huge Amy Schumer fan. I agree with almost anything she says. And with that, thank you so much for watching. I'm Sophie Flay.
I'm Will Farnsworth.
And I'm Stephanie Haney. We'll see you next week on The Buzz. Until then, catch all the latest updates at uscannonburgmedia.com and follow us on Facebook at The Buzz.